defense, make it hard on Russell Wilson. I say 49ers.
I think this game is going to be very, very simple. Who can run the football, get that going, and then that'll set up the play action passes off it. I think San Francisco is going to be very physical with their running game and run.
Do we find it, or do we get to see a more impressive Denver offense, you think, in week 3?
I think we will. I think we'll see Russell Wilson do a little bit more tonight.
A lot of new pieces there. I think as they go, they'll be better together, but not tonight.
All right, well, we will all find out. Those were tonight's home team picks brought to you by Love and Andy Quarterback. We're all set for Sunday. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers against Russell Wilson and New York Broncos. Mike Tirico, professional.
Provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo. It's time to take your adventure off-road in a Toyota truck. Tacoma now at 2.49% APR financing. Or get the trailer in the 4-wheel. Ready for that toughest terrain. With the best resale value in off-road SUV for 22, according to CarDealersABB.com. See your dealer and wholesale dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Also, some big crowd. It's so sweet. Hold that. Hold that. Big crowd. There's weight in this crowd.
Jesse, could you?
How long is he going to put in $1 million bucks from the theater?
Yeah, bigger top prizes of $1 million.
Very awesome big bucks.
People on stretch. And for such a long time, being with her, wanting her, being scared she wants to be there. The first time I got to see her, everybody was crying. And my sister still tells me, I love her, she cried. It was so overwhelming. The care I received that you did, saying, allowed me to be in my
Let's ride to the Mile High for Sunday Night Football, as we've been waiting all day for Sunday night once again, as we'll see the San Francisco 49ers and Denver Broncos square off on NBC. Thanks for tuning in and listening to my live watch along reactions live right on YouTube, though. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cole and Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag 49ers, hashtag Broncos. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes, and super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. As Carrie Underwood will do the honors. As we've been waiting all day for Sunday night football with Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth on the call. We'll have Jimmy Garoppolo now as your starting quarterback for the Niners, in absence of an injured Trey Lance, who broke his ankle last week and is out for the remainder of the season. They held on to him. Very good insurance policy, and now they're cashing that in. And now the 49ers in the NFC West. Honestly, back to being where they have been, as a contender for the Super Bowl, in my opinion, with a good running game and good defense. So, Kyle Shanahan, the son of Mike Shanahan, former Denver Bronco head coach, he'll be coaching up against Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Russ, of course, taking on a opponent he knows quite well from his playing days in Seattle in the NFC West, as a Seahawk, but now a one-on-one start for both of these teams. Mile High in Denver, home of the defending Colorado Avalanche for your Stanley Cup Finals, as both the 49ers and Broncos take the field. Denver in prime time for the second time in 3 weeks. Of course, week 1 on Monday night at Seattle and his return to the Emerald City. Talk about finish then with a 4th and 5 or a 64-yard field goal. Well, they ended up losing regardless. They then defeated Houston last week in a low-scoring 16-9 game. San Fran losing to Chicago before picking up a win last week, and then Jimmy G stepping in for Trey Lance. And like I've said, they're probably glad they fucking kept him, because if not, honestly, right now, who's starting at quarterback for the Niners with no Trey Lance, and if he doesn't have Jimmy G, and a reportedly trade that is going to go down with them in Washington to send Jimmy G to D.C. to become a commander before they signed and traded for Carson Wentz from Indy. But remember, he got shoulder surgery without the team's approval. Long off season, but they kept him. And back to, Jimmy G as a starting quarterback, he does give them a better chance to win than what Trey Lance has showed, even though Lance, of course, in the future has more potential. Jimmy G's actually, gone out and won football games. He's got him the Super Bowl, got him this title game last year. They came up short in both, but he's been there. He knows how to win. He knows how to win in big games like this tonight, especially on the road in prime time. And I agree. I said it earlier during Packers-Bucks that be sure to tune back in tonight for Sunday Night Football for 49ers Broncos. That I think, and I agree with what Tony Dungy said as we started the stream. And then, of course, Kyle Shanahan, Chris Sims saying what he said, but at the same point in time, he also was a roommate of his in college at Texas. So they're buddies, they're close friends, and he's gonna say shit like that to be on the side of so and so. But with what Tony Dungy said, and I said it earlier, I think tonight we're gonna see a lot of running the football on both sides, and I think we're gonna see a lot of play action pass with both these quarterbacks. With Jimmy Garoppolo and Russell Wilson, because when the 49ers and Seahawks would square off, that's exactly what you got. Run the ball, open up the play action, play good defense for the Niners special teams, and try to capitalize off turnovers. So we'll see what gives here tonight on Sunday Night Football. As always, I'm sure something will. But we should be in for a good one. We were just a little bit ago as well, coming down the wire with Green Bay and Tampa Bay in a 2-point win for the Packers, 14-12 over the Buccaneers. But tonight on Sunday night, before Monday Night Football tomorrow night, with the Cowboys and Giants in a whiteout from MetLife in the Meadowlands. While the 49ers and Broncos square off on Sunday Night Football. And as always, coming at halftime, we'll have first half stats and scores. We'll recap what happened today, this NFL Week 3. We'll preview Week 4 as well, along with recapping college football from this past weekend, and also previewing that for what's to come next week. But as always, just thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media, links in the description below. And then hopefully we'll tune in on Thursday night. No live watch-along reactions tomorrow night for Monday Night Football, but Week 4 will kick off on Thursday Night Football with the Dolphins and Bengals. Miami, the lone unbeaten in the AFC at 3-0 after a win over the Buffalo Bills earlier today. Philly, the other unbeaten New York, still 2-0, but they play tomorrow night. So 2 3-0 teams, a 2-0 team, but at the end of Week 3, we could have 3 unbeatens in total, 2 for sure. But be sure to tune back in on Thursday for Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video as I'll have live watch-along reactions then live right here on YouTube with the Miami Dolphins and Cincinnati Bengals before college football in the NFL next week, including Sunday football next week as well between the Chiefs and Buccaneers as Hurricane Ian, Sharknado, Ian Ziering looms for the west side of Florida. Coming up the Gulf, hopefully everyone stay safe. But we're out in Denver. We're getting high on Sunday Night Football. And the Shanahan Bowl, if you want to call it that. Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch also with a connection. So there's Mike Shanahan. Surprised he's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be soon. Yeah, Kyle's the head coach of the opposing team here tonight in Denver. There's Melissa Stark down on the sideline. As no more Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. It's Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, and Stark replaces Michelle Tafoya. But we'll see who's kicking off and who's getting the ball, and we'll go from there. But Jimmy G's a reliable quarterback. You know, he has won with the Patriots in the past 5 years with the 49ers. Looks like the 49ers are getting the ball. But, I mean, we should have a good one on our hands. This should also come down to the wire, I think. Denver's games have been close. You know, San Francisco, their games normally come down to the wire as well. So it's just play calling. With the run game, you know, what defense going to bend doesn't break once again. I know it might sound cliche. I know it, you know, might sound like a broken record, but it's true. Okay? Ray McLeod, former Steeler, back deep to receive this opening kick and run away. Left to right, crushed Elvin screener and O'Dowd. Return from the 2-yard line, as San Francisco will start off at the 10-yard line, it looks like, and they'll give us the starting lineups. Jimmy Garoppolo, Eastern Illinois, in absence of Trey Lance, who broke his ankle once again and is out inactive. You got to get Deebo Samuel the football, though. Kittle's active tonight, playing for the first time this year. He was at Monday Night Raw last week, just like he was for WrestleMania this past spring. But he had a groin injury, did not play first 2 games. He's active tonight, so get the Iron Kittle the football. They'll start off with a run, 1st and 10 from the 10, and Jimmy G will hand off to J-Dub, Jeff Wilson Jr. for about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. So we're underway on Sunday Night Football, and talk about explosive plays too. Both these teams are going to air it out. They'll have some deep shots. But, you know, turnovers could be the difference. From the 12, 2nd and 8. And fake the give. Dump off near side. Deebo Samuel. And to the 24, 25 he goes. Keeps pushing. He just signed a new deal. Yeah. It's simple. You keep it balanced, you keep it consistent, you're going to win. Like I said, Jimmy G is one of the most reliable quarterbacks in the NFL when he's healthy. When not, or when, you know, teammates of his are hurt and he's playing with players he's never really played with, well, then it could get ugly. You know, honestly, the past 3 years, the Niners have been there, other than in 2020, because it seemed like everybody on the damn team was hurt, and, of course, they were eliminated early in the year from playoff contention, you know, coming back from their Super Bowl appearance year prior, in which they were, you know, 8-10 minutes away from defeating the Chiefs. in Super Bowl 54 a month before COVID. Ronald Darby, District of Columbia, saying it like Key and Peele. What is this, a fucking East-West Shrine game? Ball's batted up, incomplete, almost picked off, 3rd and 9. But is that John Lynch out there playing as well? 47 for the Bronco defense, because it sure as hell looks like him. You know, John Lynch, a former Bronco, he's, you know, GM with the 49ers. And, of course, Kyle Shanahan's the son of Mike Shanahan, the longtime Bronco head coach, but also coached the Skins. And then you have that, you know, coaching tree with Mike Shanahan on to Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, a few others as well. Motion man is Ray as Jimmy G. Ball deflected line of scrimmage, incomplete. 4th down, and they'll punt to begin the game 3 minutes in. More like 2 minutes and 3 seconds in, excuse me. So Denver gets the hell off the field on defense as they're in all blue tonight. San Francisco in their road whites. No, but Jimmy G's a reliable quarterback. Just good defensive stop. Getting the hands up and deflecting and batting balls down. And now San Fran on the punt. And Bubba gets it up and away. And it'll be down out of bounds around the 30, it looks like. So we'll see where they spotted at, but going to be 1st and 10 for Russell Wilson and the Let's Ride Denver Broncos. They'll take a TV timeout. Once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. But no, like hell, Super Bowl appearance, everybody's hurt, nothing. And then last year they go right back to the NFL game. You know, and a few minutes away from beating the Rams, who ended up winning the Super Bowl. When Trey Lance has been in there, they've looked, you know, totally different. So I get they gave up a lot, and now he's hurt. They'll stick with him, but I mean, as much as they want to get rid of Jimmy G, they need to keep his ass. And they are probably glad they did. Because like I said at the start, honestly, who's playing quarterback right now for the 49ers if Trey Lance is hurt and Jimmy G is gone? Unless they find a way to get him back. Like, who knows? But, like, looking ahead, I can see them continuing to, you know, keep him. You know, if there's not going to be an opening for him to start elsewhere around the league, even though he'll want to start elsewhere. I still don't think Trey Lance is the answer even when he is healthy. I've said that, you know, for a good year now. But at the same point in time, we really haven't seen much of him. But in the little that we have, you know, that still ain't cutting it. Like, I get they gave up, you know, the farm for him for the most part, but Trey Lance might not be the answer long term. And Jimmy G, I mean, eventually you're going to have to move on from him. But he did take a pay cut. And they brought him back, you know, good insurance policy right before the regular season started. It was after final preseason games. And they're cashing in that insurance policy. And, okay, not a good start, but it's early. You know, slow and steady wins the race. It's a long game, 60 minutes. And it's a long-ass season. And this is a crossover game, so it really ain't going to matter. But, you know, earlier in division, you had LA defeat the Cardinals. And then Atlanta beat Seattle. So, I mean, you win or lose. Winning's better, of course, naming games to win. But even if you lose, I mean, you're still right there in the middle of the pack in division. And it's only week 3, you know. Season's going to be won later on, November, December. Yes, it can be lost now, but it can also be won now, of course, and continue to win. Javonte Williams on the screen near side. 2 yards before he's brought down, so 2nd down. But Russell Wilson from NC State to Wisconsin. Drafted in the 3rd round a decade ago by Seattle. And then traded this past offseason to Denver. And they go hurry up. 2nd and 8 as they still read off the starting lineups. No gain on the play, 3rd down for the Broncos. So they haven't, no doubt about it. Talk about the Broncos a little bit now. Talk about the Niners there, but San Francisco will be fine. Denver will be fine as well. Good segue. Just with, it's early, okay? Like Tampa right now. They're trying to find their groove. Denver plays in a tough division, no doubt about it, in the AFC West. But this is a must-win game for them. They lose, they're 1-2 when you had the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers all lose in division earlier today. Jerry Jeudy on the reception, but San Francisco right there to bring them down, and 2 quick 3-and-outs to begin this game for both teams, and now the Denver Broncos are on to punt. So, big booming punt. And field to the 21. Rare McLeod, former Steeler, once again to the 25 for 4 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10, San Fran from there with 11:07 to play in the opening quarter. As they'll take another TV timeout. They'll show off the Rocky Mountains. And we'll see what way this game goes. First time commercial with Better Call Saul, Jimmy McGill, Rhea Seahorn, who also starred in the series, just a commercial for AMC Plus. Better Call Saul, of course, officially over with, unfortunately. The spinoff with the prequel and then a little sequel part at the end to it after Breaking Bad. Don't want to give away any spoilers for anybody who's just never seen either show by any means, so I'll shut up. But no, like I said, we'll see which way this game goes. But it should be a good one. You know, it's early. I still think it's going out of the wire. I think, as on paper coming in, we had 3 good games from 1 o'clock to 7 night. And we've had a few other, close games today as well, down the wire. I mean, the stretch with a 3-point win, a 2-point win, a 3-point win, a 2-point win, a 4-point win, along with another 4-point win and a 2-point win today. Like, we're tied at 0, a 6-minute game, Honestly, don't tell me this game, at least midway through, ain't going to be close. But no, on paper, as I was saying, with 1 o'clock being Buffalo, Miami, 4 o'clock being Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and then tonight, I mean, you can't ask for a better 3-game slate, for well, the 1 o'clock window is regional, but the 4 o'clock game of the week, okay, depending on where you are, but you still had other games, of course, come down to the wire. That's what, and maybe a record, we'll find out in due time, but a 3-point win, a 2-point win, a 3-point win, a 2-point win, and a 4-point win, as mentioned, along with another 4-point win and a 2-point win. That's what, 6-7 games of all the games today that were won by, less than that? I mean, come on now. Like, 60 minutes down to the wire, game of inches. As Jimmy G over the middle hits Brandon Ayuk for a first down, and they'll move the sticks. Simple, 10, 15-yard post over the middle. And he gets a first down. And John Lynch makes a tackle on his team. From the 45, 1st and 10. Wilson up the middle on his horse. Inside the 20, he goes down to the 16. Another 1st and 10 for San Francisco. Now they're starting to go. They're riding in Denver. against Broncos country on Sunday Night Football. It starts up front. You got to be able to block the run, and yeah, little cutback on a misdirection and hit the hole and went. And off to the races before he was brought down at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for San Fran. They got to punch us in now for 7. They got to score. Wilson got a motion out top of your screen, empty set 5 wide. Go to Kittle. I'd go to George Kittle. Garoppolo looks his way. It's caught by Kittle at the 10. And 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Second and 1 out of the eye. They hand off. Wilson for a first down. So now goal to go inside the 10. Make it 1st and goal at the 8. Quick bubble screen, Deebo Samuel, and he'll be down at the 2. 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal. Another bubble screen on a slant over the middle. Ayuk touchdown, San Francisco, and they take an early 6-0 lead, pending upcoming extra point with under 8 to play in this opening quarter. Touchdown 49ers. So the Lock Haven native Robbie Gould, former Penn Stater, longtime Bear, played for the Giants after they released him, which they should have never done because he's been in San Francisco ever since. His extra points up and good, and the 49ers now lead it 7-0 on top of the Denver Broncos here tonight on Sunday Night Football. And we'll get back to the action momentarily. I'm going to rest my voice for a second during this break. And we'll pull up some stats and scores in the meantime. And then go from there. Denver will get the ball back. We'll see if they can do the same. You know, quick 3 and outs for both teams on their opening drives. And then, you know, San Francisco drives and scores. So we'll see if, you know, Denver can do the same and tie this up or at least cut it in half. But that's where we sit. 7-0. With the San Francisco 49ers on top of the Denver Broncos once again here tonight on Sunday Night Football.
APY on the money, and anyone with confidence feels good to get the money right.
So going from a high that's been a story early this year for Nathaniel Hackett, turns 43 in December, his first time as a head coach. Offensive coordinator Green Bay, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Syracuse. He's been the road stop with great three stops. As a head coach, his first year coordinator, and that's growing pains with more detail here as we go through. Touchdown will take over 25.
Touchback on the kick, 1st and 10, Broncos from the 25-yard line.
It wasn't the offensive passing was no smart. It's the only thing that blocked wherever they go downfield. And the receiver clearly doesn't. He engages the defender. Where they go, before the ball is touched by the receiver. This should have been a pass.
So from the 25, they set up shop down 7 here. 7:56 to play in the opening quarter. Russell Wilson under center. And he'll hand off. Williams for 3. Be 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, trips near side from the 28. Wilson going to throw. And incomplete on the far side. No penalty. And one of the back shoulder intended for 14, Cortland Sutton. And it falls incomplete. We are from Altoona High School. Kevin Givens. 3rd and 7 now for Denver from the 28. Denver jumped off, San Francisco jumped off sides. Denver's got a free play. They're going to blow it dead even though it was caught at the 35 for 1st down by Sutton. And, oh, God, Sean Hockley's our official referee tonight. So, I mean, good God, we're going to have a ton of penalties, it looks like. They're going to replay the down, be 3rd and 2. Be 3rd and 2, 7:19 to play after the penalty. Russell trips on a bunch near side now, out of the gun. Fake the run, slant, incomplete, and they will punt. So, another 3 and out by Denver. And the boos start coming in because they think success should be done overnight. Oh, God. If he would have waited 2 seconds, he had Gordon on a screen right in front of him for a 1st down. But now from the 33, Denver on to punt again. They almost block it. And Ray from the 10 on the punt return will get to the 19. So they'll set up shop there, 1st and 10. And they'll take a quick commercial break. And we'll see what San Francisco does when we come back. 7-0 lead. Seven 0 49ers. Stats and scores from the first half of this first quarter. Jimmy Garoppolo, if this will load, officially 5 of 7, 50 yards passing and a touchdown. Jeff Wilson, 3 carries, 40 yards rushing. Russell Wilson, officially 2 of 4 for 3 yards, and Williams 2 carries, 3 yards. First and 10, under center, use check in motion. And slant complete to Ayuk. And they get a first down. Yeah, fake the give, slanted to the middle, caught first down, 49ers. Yeah, Garoppolo is near perfect. Toss. Debo out of the backfield, nowhere to go, got a flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold. 10 yards, I'll replay down. No foul for hold. Be 2nd and 10. Second and 10, they'll hand off. And it'll be 3rd and about 5. Third and 4 officially. Make it, 4.5, 5. They're snapping it from the 40, they need the 45. 3rd and 5, that's a offside false start. We'll see what they call. It's either going to be 3rd and 10 or 1st and 10. Before the snap false start, so 3rd and 10. Third and 9 officially after the false start. Use check and running back, got a whistle. They're going to replace the football, or they're going to move it from the right hash to the left hash. All right. And now maybe a different play call now for Kyle Shanahan. He's probably going to open it up on 3rd and 9 pass. Go to Kittle. More in the middle of the field. Out of the gun, 3rd 9, Jimmy G stepping up, he'll go down in the sack, and they'll punt. So 4th down, San Francisco with a lead, but punt, touchdown, punt for Denver. They'll get it back, maybe 3rd 10 to charm. Nobody's open anyway. I mean, what can he do if he can go down the sack? Another booming punt. Inside the 15, down, bounces at the 10 and be down to the end zone for a touchback. So, commercial break. And Denver going to try to either cut this lead or tie it up again. Third time's charm, maybe. They got to get the run game going with Williams and Gordon. But Wilson needs to air it out, though, too. So we'll see the deal when we come back, but very slow start for Denver, no doubt about it. You know, San Francisco is a little bit more balanced. You know, they have points to show for. You know, okay, big explosive run, and then they end up scoring. Jimmy G with a passing touchdown to Brandon Ayuk. The penalties are starting to come out from Hockey Lee's crew, but that's nothing new. They're most penalized officiating crew in the NFL. Just go back to Thanksgiving last year with the Raiders and Cowboys, and that's where you'll find your answer. But yeah. There's not really much else to be said until Denver can get rolling here. Because it's pretty balanced across the board because their defense getting some stops, but offensively they got to, pick it up a little bit, I'd have to think. It's still early, though. It's not even held the end of the first quarter yet. So, of course, at the same point in time, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves either. But yeah, 7-0 San Francisco on top of Denver here, and get back from this commercial break shortly. From the 20, they'll toss it. Gordon for 4 yards. He's second down and 6. Second and 6. They'll run again. And for a yard, he goes, make it third down and 5. Third and 5, trips on a bunch near side. Judy in motion. And Russell gonna throw. Slant over the middle, incomplete. Good coverage. Intended for number 10, Jerry Judy. And incomplete, another 3 and out for Denver, and they'll punt again for the third straight drive with 3 minutes on the dot to play the opening quarter. So Denver on to punt from the 25 again here. Big punt. Going to be fair caught at the 25 by San Francisco. So that's where they'll start. Up 7 still, 2:53 to play in the opening quarter.
So whenever we get the 6 first, we need to come back.
See, I've never seen him prevent single different people. Just like a good setup and then he goes straight to it.
Everything okay with you?
Yeah, that's great. Just don't use that. Yeah. Look forward to the baby now. It's got Chipotle, our modern Guajillo recipe brings a full use dimension to steak. Our most tender cuts, and seasoned and broiled fresh. Mix with garlic and Guajillo peppers. Finish with fresh lime and cilantro. All used on the Guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
Don't know when you do it. Again, it's just
So if you're a gamer, you want one of these guys. Wide receiver and running back. Come on, wide back. This is Debo Samuel last year. 5th in receiving yards, 10th in rushing touchdowns, but yards per scrimmage touchdown. 13, worst in national history. But that list order, where do we find it?
We used to think about everyone who did wide, but no. Then you slot, all right, how about running back? But the funny thing was he went back and visited with some of his friends in the offseason and basically said, you believe I'm still getting ready for this thing? This is the same thing I did in high school.
1st and 10, San Francisco from the 25. Ray in motion, back and forth. They toss near side, but nowhere for Wilson to go. He loses 2 yards, so 2nd and 12. Yeah, Josie Joel's wearing John Lynch's 47. Former Iowa Hawkeye, who's a turkey farmer, makes a tackle on 22. Second and 11 officially. Garoppolo looking to throw. And caught by Samuel. Debo first down, San Francisco. From the 41, Jeff Wilson for about 3, maybe 4 to the 45, 2nd down and 7. As he'll hand the ball to umpire 77 with a minute and a half to play in the 2nd quarter. Yeah, Denver just until they can put it all together, until they can, sync rhythm, momentum, find their groove, they're stuck. And they're making stops on defense, but they're not. 2nd and 6. Wilson for another 3, so 3rd and 3. I'm running play action. I'm going to Kittle. Maybe even go Kyle Juszczyk on this play. Yeah, I'm going to Kittle on 3rd and 3. They'll work out of the empty. It's 3rd and 3, not 3rd and 6. Over the middle, incomplete. 4th down, yeah, Brandon Ayuk, the intended target. And 4th down, they'll punt. Denver getting it back, but oh my God, he's wide open, yeah. Wheel route, just Debo. He looked his way, but he didn't go to him. Came back to Ayuk over the middle and batted down, incomplete. 4th down, and they're on to punt again. I doubt they'd run a fake from midfield, especially this early. So they're on to punt again. It's a punting contest at this point. A little boring, honestly. But you also got to rely on your special teams. And they down at the 6-yard line for the brand. And 1st and 10. Denver from there, so we'll see if they once again can cut this lead, let alone tie it up. And it's been near the end of the first quarter. They promote Sunday Night Football for next week. So doing what Amazon's been doing, promote their next game at the end of the first quarter and at the end of the game. Or near the end of the first half and at the end of the game. And as the sun goes down in the Mile High City. First and 10. Wilson on a play action pass from the 6. Over the middle, it's caught. Cortland Sutton out past the 40 to the 42. 1st and 10, Denver. And that's the spark they're going to need to end of the first quarter. Going into the second, they'll switch ends. But to get themselves back in this game, big play like that, 35 yards they say. Yeah, give or take about from the 6 to the 40. Stiff arm, and they bring him down. So former Mustang, now Bronco, gets the Broncos a first down at the end of 1. So 7-0, 49ers, 15 minutes in. Garoppolo, 7 of 10, 84 yards and a touchdown. Russell Wilson, 3 of 6, 37 yards, with 34 of those to Sutton on that pass and the quarter. Jeff Wilson, 7 carries, 52 yards rushing already. I get 37 of those was on one play, but it starts up front. You got to go block to run the football, and you know damn well both these teams are going to be running the ball and open the play action. Hopefully, playing good defensive line or special teams to find a way to win. Turnovers, like I said, though, tonight, I think tonight on Sunday Football, turnovers are going to be key. Brandon Ayuk has 3 catches, 39 yards, and a touchdown. Debo Samuel, 3 catches, 36 yards. As well, Kittle, a catch for 9 yards in his first game of the year. Denver rushing between Williams and Gordon have a total of 8 yards rushing. So, big play like that from Russell Wilson, Cortland Sutton. Now, better field position, from where you're starting at. You try to find a running game now. And then you keep them off balance, keep them on their heels, and open up the pass again, and then beat them deep. 7-0 at the end of 1. Denver's, still okay. It's just taking them a while to get it all together. Because we'll look back later on this year. Remember when Denver was, playing slow back in September, but now they're unstoppable. Same thing with Tampa right now. Until they find their groove, this is how it's going to be. But they'll both be in it at the end of the year. Denver, like I said, once again, is a tougher division than Tampa is in the AFC West compared to the NFC South. But Denver, the big play, got down 7 at home. Crowd's going to be getting into it now. You run the football. You run Javonte Williams. You run Melvin Gordon. From the 40, 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Wilson under center. Fake the give, going to step up, pump fake, and then Russell Wilson goes down on the sack. Fumble, but then, yeah, he would have been down by contact at that point. So, second and long after the sack. So, you definitely got to run it now, but you go 3 and out again, fourth consecutive drive to begin the game tonight, and you haven't looked good, honestly, in your first 2 games, and they're already booing you, just wait. Like, it's going to get worse. 2nd and 13, Russell Wilson passed over the middle, caught. Sutton, once again, his go-to target here early for half of what they had. So, 3rd and about 6, maybe 7. 3rd and medium here. 3rd and 6 officially. What about OK Wooga Boomba? Wilson, near side, wide open to Judy, and first down Denver at the 40. So they have the targets. They have Cortland Sutton, they have Jerry Judy, they have KJ Hamler. They did have Noah Fant, but they dealt him to Seattle in the Russell trade. So, yeah, that's why OK Wooga Boomba is your tight end. Out of the gun, 4 wide, maybe a false start by Bowles, but high, incomplete, 2nd and 10. But, with Russ at quarterback, like, even with a slow start, he's still better than everybody they've had play quarterback for him since Peyton retired, for God's sake. So, intended for Jerry Judy again. It's a little high, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 40. And they might have jumped off sides. Givens. Handoff for a yard to Gordon, 3rd down. That, and then, Nathaniel Hackett's a first-year head coach, and like I said, until they get a groove going, they're just, just going to be doing circles around each other, it seems like. Like they're not really doing a hell of a lot. 3rd and 8. Russell all day, and then he tucks it and runs and only gets a yard. 4th down, there's a flag on the play. 12-12 to play in the half. It's 7-0 San Francisco. It's a hold. Decline it. Well, if you accept it, you're giving them a 3rd and 18, but then they get the first down, you're screwed, where just decline it. You got 4th down and kick a log field goal, but they already have Brandon McManus. Yeah, penalties decline, 4th down. So they want to kick it, all right, let him. He does have a leg on him, but, even in Denver, it's still hard to kick sometimes, so they're going to kick it. 4th and 7 from the 37, so about a 55, 56-yard field goal. 55 yards officially. Kicks up. Kicks good. So he gives them the 3, basically, rather than having a 3rd and, 18. And then if they convert, drive, and score, tie the game up, well, at least you force them to a field goal with the decline of the penalty, which I probably would have done the same damn thing. That's what I was saying, just decline the penalty. They want to kick it, fucking let them. Regardless if they have a good kicker in McManus, which they do or not, or, if you're in Denver, which you are or not, Sometimes kickers still have issues in Denver, even though, it's one of the, with the elevation, best places to kick. So field goal up and good by Denver from 55 yards out, 7-3 Niners. They'll get the ball back here when we return. Once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Coming up at halftime, first half stats and scores. We'll recap the NFL from week 3. We'll preview week 4, along with recapping college football from yesterday. And then preview next week if we can get to it. If not, well, I already talked about that yesterday, but I do want to give a full recap from all the games from yesterday. So we'll get that in at some point in time tonight. We'll discuss, of course, the rest of this game as well, and then be sure to back in on Thursday. Next Saturday, next Sunday, and Monday, and the following Thursday as well, for more live watch long reactions over here on YouTube. San Francisco on the return from the goal line and a return to the 15. So they'll set up shop there. 1st and 10, 3 timeouts, 11:51 to play in the half, up 4, 7-3 with Jimmy G in a quarterback. Yeah, he said thanks. He said sayonara, basically, because he knew they were going to get rid of him. But then he's still back. It is crazy, no doubt about it. Yeah, one of those. Tried to fuck me over. Now you want to kiss my ass. One of those, yeah. 1st and 10. Wheel route, wide opens, Deebo Samuel. Big first down for the Niners. 1st and 10. Out past the 40. Just lobbed it up there for Samuel. Coming out of the backfield and boom. The 1st and 10, San Fran at the 44 officially. From the 46, officially got a flag on the play. Ooh, tackle, maybe another flag on that for face mask. But yeah, this will be against San Francisco, the hold. 10 yards, they'll replay it down. Or is this against the Broncos defense? They're writing it down. 2 fouls, both by the offense. Illegal shift, that'll be declined. Then the hold. 10 yards, they'll replay it down still, as thought. Okay. So 1st and 20, back at the 36. Normally when they write shit down for a penalty, it's because of, somebody getting an unsportsmanlike conduct, and you get 2 of those, you're gone. But Yeah, Sean Hockley's crew, once again, never fails, regardless of the game they're officiating. They throw the most penalties of any officiating crew in the NFL. Over the middle, George Kittle, and Kittle gets the 48. So they get the penalty yardage back. It'll be second and about 8. Wow. They're ready to move, and then he stays, and got to put everything back the way it was. Yeah. Second and 9 officially at the 48. Garoppolo deep ball near side. Ayuk incomplete. Third and 9. What are they chanting? Third and 9 from the 48. Slant over the middle, caught. Debo going to be brought down about 4 yards short of the first down, so off the punt. Pin them deep, make them drive. Fifth time a charm for Denver. 4 straight 3-and-outs and 4 straight punts for the Broncos. 4th and 4 here with the Niners. Debo's down injured. That ain't good for them. That could be a big game changer. That sucks. So they'll take a timeout as they fade to black, and we'll get back to it here shortly. He's not going to go for it. 4th and 4. I get right side of the 50, but you have a 4-point lead. I get you don't want to give it up, but your defense has been playing pretty good. You know, you forced them to, well, they got the field goal on the last drive, so 4 straight drives, 3 straight punts with another 3-and-out, but then a field goal. 7-3. I don't know. He'd be one to go for it, though. He would. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, what the hell's going to happen until Denver gets going, because this game's just slow as molasses in the wintertime. But I'm sure it is 5 o'clock something. But it is a Sunday night, though, too. So I'm sure some people have been drinking all damn day watching football, and rightfully so. Nothing wrong with that. No, you got to punt here. You got to pin them deep. You got to make them drive. You know, because then if you get the ball back, maybe you get it back with good starting field position, then do something once again even before halftime. Denver's going to get the ball to begin the second half. But that's where we sit. 7-3 49ers. Deebo Samuel walked off under his own powers in the tent. Looks like he just got rolled up. His right ankle. Nice big gang tackle trying to bring him down. Yeah, it's his right foot. It's his right ankle is what it is. So they'll punt, 4th and 4. Try to pin him deep. Coffin corner punt. And it's going to bounce on the goal line. And then be down at the 1. We'll see what they say. And they say down at the 1. So Denver's going to have to drive 99 once again if they want to, cut this lead or score. No, it didn't touch the goal line. It touched right in the field of play. And then he batted it back in. He wasn't down in the end zone. Yeah. And they down at the 1. Good special teams play. Well, if it hit the line, it's touchback. That's what I thought it did. And then they down at the 1. Denver, of course, can challenge us for a 19-yard difference. Right there. Nope. That's right on the inch line. It's down at the 1. So 1st and 10, Denver from there. Yeah, good special teams play. Get the Gunners down there to down it. Yeah, they could challenge it. They will. All right, so it's going to be a 19-yard difference. If they win it, they'll get a touchback and 1st and 10 at the 20. I mean, it's not that bad of a challenge. You got 2 of them. You got 9:17 to play in the half. You still got all 3 timeouts. You lose it. Okay, you lose 1 challenge. You lose a timeout. You got 2 timeouts and 2-minute warning. But then, I doubt you're going to challenge 2 different plays in the second half. So rather than starting at the 1, no doubt about it, you like to start at the 20. So very close. The thing is, it was, rolled down at the 1. So they have to find indisputable evidence to return it. They might have it because it did look at first, myself included, even thought, hey, down at the goal line, which is the end zone then at that point, before they, pushed it back infield and then down at the 1. So right now it's 1st and 10, Broncos from the 1. I'm not going to be shocked if it stands. I'm not going to be shocked if it gets overturned and it's a touchback then at that point. And 1st and 10, Denver from the 20. So they got to find a damn running game though. Russell's got to give it to Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon. He's got to make some plays with his arm too. Get it out to Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and KJ Hamler. Okay, Wooga Boomba as well as tight end. Just don't do anything stupid. Don't turn it over. San Francisco really ain't doing much either. They do have a 4-point lead on you because they scored on their second drive. Where you, on your first 3 drives, punted, and then you did get a field goal on your last drive. And now are going to try to cut it again or, take the lead here before halftime. And then also get the ball to begin the second half. But, man, just... we'll see what they call here. Because then, 1st and 10 from the 1, you're definitely running it. 1st and 10 from the 20. I mean, you probably will. You might want to air it out, though, too. Just to get an explosive play, get some momentum or rhythm on your side. But the more you keep running it, better chance eventually you're going to have to want to break one away, break it off, and, big run, just like San Francisco had earlier. Maybe a trick play or two, but, these offenses, these teams are more similar than they are different. Russell Wilson handed off play action in Seattle. He played the Niners how many times? And, Jimmy G with... Yeah, that'll be down at the 1. That'll stand. It didn't touch the white line. Yeah. That's be indisputable that unserved return. They're not going to have it. It'll stand. Here's the call, though. Rolling on the field stands is called, so they lose the challenge. Lose the timeout. They'll have 2 remaining, plus 2-minute warning in this 9-17. 7-3, but 1st and 10 now from the 1. More so the inch line. No, but yeah, these teams are more similar than they are different. You run the ball, you play action, you play good defense for 100 other teams. It's just San Francisco's playing better than Denver is right now because Denver's still, just, man, talk about a slow start 3 weeks in. I get with new head coach and new quarterback, but still, you think on some plays at least there'd be some potential. There really hasn't been anything shown. Williams on the give. He gets about 5, maybe 6. It'll be 2nd down. They gave him 7 officially, make it 2nd and 3 from the 8. Wilson, pass, complete. Cortland Sutton, 1st down, Denver for 5. As the clock will continue to roll. They got to get something on this drive. Even if it's a field goal, that's fine. Touchdown would be better because then, they do something early 2nd half. They got control, and they're playing at home in prime time. So Williams on the give to the 18. Be 2nd down. Second and 6 officially from the 17. Williams on the toss. Gets to the 20. Got a 3rd and 3 coming. Got 7 minutes and change to play in the half. Got to convert. Third and 3, they're going to pass. Russell was going to tuck it and run, but he dumped it off. Complete to Sutton. 1st down, Broncos. So they're starting to move the ball downfield here a little bit. Just like Charlie had to move his dad, Jack Frost, to the top of the mountain. And, hell, Sutton was the only one open. He should have just ran with it, but I think the end around. Hand off Williams, 1st down run inside the 40, or out past 40, excuse me. Be down inside the 40 and the 45, though, at the 43. 1st and 10. Eventually, keep running the football, you're going to break one off. And they do there. Good blocking up front. Denver's always been a run-first team on offense and play good defense. And then when they have a good quarterback, that's when they're damn good. From the 41, out of the eye. And then a little bit of a delay on the give, but 9 yards to Williams to midfield, 2nd and 1. Got a whistle. No timeout. 5:05 and counting to play in the half. You at least got to get a field goal now. Touchdown's even better once again, and then you get the ball to begin the third quarter. I'd take a deep shot right now if I was Denver. Yep, from midfield I'd be taking a shot. You got three damn good receivers in Sutton, Judy, and Hamler. You haven't gone to your damn tight end though tonight either. So 2nd and 1, shuffles it right at the last second as he got sandwiched. Melvin Gordon, first down, Denver inside the 30. Question was he past the line of scrimmage when he shuffled it? Because it looked like he was going to run. Right there. And just pitched it forward like he's in Harry Potter. Throwing a damn medicine ball. And then, Gordon gets a big first down inside the 30. Injured Niner defender, but I'd still take a shot here if I was Denver. I mean, a little shorter field, of course, now. You don't have to go as deep or as far. But I'm looking over the middle. I'm going to my tight end. Hell, maybe even Brock, who's lined up at fullback. They'll run. And how the hell did he not see that? Delayed run on a draw, the handoff, and they're right there. As soon as he hands off, they're there to tackle him. So, what, 2nd and long? It does. As a Steeler fan, it definitely does. Especially with the look. Yeah, 2nd and 16 back at the 34. Out of the gun. Wilson looking to throw, slant over the middle, dropped incomplete by Sutton to the 22. Yeah, right on the money, and he dropped it. I still don't know how he didn't, see the defender coming off the edge though when he was going to be handing off on that delayed run. And now you got a Austin 3rd 16. I'm going over the middle of my damn tight end. Empty set. They're in field goal range, so don't get it, can kick it. Now they're going to be outside of field goal range as Wilson goes down on the sack back at the 43. So from here, you're looking at a 60, 61-yard field goal, which is still doable, especially with Brandon McManus and especially in Denver as well. But, I mean, what the hell is going on with the Broncos? Other than it still being early and, waiting for them to find a groove. Because if this is like this all year, I mean, man, they're done for. They're going to punt, pin them deep, rather than, kick it and then not get it and then give them good field position. But they'll down it inside the 5 at the 2. So 1st and 10, San Fran from there, 2:27 to play, and the 2-minute warning to come with 3 timeouts up 4. So, we'll see what San Francisco could do here. Yeah, Bolin sold to Walmart. Wally World owns the Denver Broncos now. The Walton Penner Family Ownership Group. They're the owners of the Denver Broncos. So, San Francisco is coming in on Sunday night, and they're going to try to use the self-checkout aisle and pick up a win. Handoff Wilson. 3 yards up the middle. Maybe 4 to the 7. be second down. So yeah, not every once in a while does a sports team come up for sale. They were sold for a few $1 billion, I might add. The Denver Broncos were. I think Denver needs Cartman on offense if they want to come back and win this. So 2 minutes to play, 7-3 49ers. They got the ball. Got a ways to go, though. Second and medium here, 3 timeouts. If Denver get off the field on defense, get the offensive ball back with good starting field position, maybe get in field goal range, score before halftime again. Do something early third quarter, all right, but San Francisco's drive's all going to rely on what happens on this next play, because then if it's third and short, okay, manageable, maybe the first down, maybe not still punt, but third and a mile, they'll end up punting, and then Denver getting the ball back. But, yeah, Denver's just, what the hell's going on? Very slow. Just like, checking out at Walmart with a cashier. That's why everybody else uses fucking self-checkout. So, yeah, we'll see, but two minutes to play in the half. 7-3 Niners. Their ball, second and medium. But they got a ways to go. From the 6, 2nd and 7 for San Francisco, Ayuk in motion. Fake the end around to him, fake the toss, and then the handoff to Deebo Samuel. He gets about 2 yards. And be 3rd and 5? Timeout Broncos. They got 1 left. So they're going to try to get the ball back, it looks like, with no timeouts. Maybe 1 and then like a minute, to play. Drive the length of the field. Unless they get, a decent return to, cut the lead again, go into halftime down 1, or take the lead and then get the ball to begin the third quarter. Like, you go either way. It depends on what happens here on 3rd and 4. From the 9, 3rd and 4, empty set now. Use check motions into the slot. They got 4 bottom, 1 top. Pump fake. Jimmy G going to tuck it and run, and he gets the first down. So flag on the play. This is coming back for a hold. They'll replay the down. It'll be 3rd and 14. Yeah, we might get a safety here. Might have a 7-5 game. Going to the half. Who would have thought that? Holding. It's half the distance. 3rd down. Outside the tackle box. Because it was inside the 10-yard line, which is 10-yard penalty, was half the distance. Well, in the end zone, no. Right before, well, I don't know, maybe. He can't challenge that, though, because it's inside 2 minutes. That's tough. I'd like a 7-5 game right now, to be honest with you. Just for the hell of it. Oh, well. So 3rd and 9 from the 4. Jimmy G, quick pass, incomplete near side, intended for Jennings. 4th down, they'll punt. So Denver getting it back. Minute 43, but it'll be a minute 30 by the time they touch it. First play on minute 35 probably. By the time they touch it for the first play on offense with 1 timeout and having, you would think some good starting field position on this upcoming drive, and then, try to cut it again with another field goal, cut it to 1, or, take the lead going into halftime, and then we'll see if they do coming out of the half. San Francisco punts. Big booming punt, filled at the 42. Denver on the return, and they bring them down to 49 on the right side of the 50, so a 9-yard return. Got a minute 32. Yeah, what did I say? About a minute 30, 35 maybe. 1st and 10. 1 timeout. There's the Russell Wilson trade with the graphic. Couple players, couple picks for Russ. They finally have a starting quarterback, but they're starting slow. But it is early in this game. It's early in the season. Until they find a groove, this is how it's going to be. So 1st and 10, officially from midfield for the Denver Broncos. Out of the gun, Russ dumps it off Williams near side. And then, was that a late hit? No flags? Nope. They're going to let it slide. 2-yard reception. Be 2nd and 8. Honestly, probably should have been a late hit out of bounds. Automatic first down on a 15-yard penalty. Yep. 2nd and 8. Williams catches it and then drops it incomplete. So we'll make that 3rd and 8 now. And now Denver can't even take any damn time off the clock before they have to get it back. Unless they do something here. Guess San Francisco, my dad still has 3 timeouts, so they can stop the clock, get the ball back. From the 48, Russell needs a big play. Take a deep shot. Work the sticks, though. 3rd and 8. Just get to the 40. And a false start. So make it 3rd and 13. Still work the 6, but I'd most definitely probably take a deep shot now. False start, 5 yards. I'll replay down. 3rd and 13. Good God. Just shooting themselves in the foot is all they're doing. Third and 13. Okay, Wooga Boomba. I'm telling you. 3rd and 13. Russell. He's going to tuck it and run. Got another flag on the play. Probably coming back for another hold. They'll replay the down again. 3rd and 23. He didn't even get the first down anyway, so probably glad you got a hold. Now you got another chance. And Sean Hockley's crew at it again. Another penalty, holding 10 yards, replay the down. Unless they decline the penalty, it'll be 4th and short, and they maybe go for it. But why would you do that? Give them 3rd and long. Because your defense is stopping them. Should be able to stop them again. Because if it was 4th and short, they'd be punting. They wouldn't be kicking a field goal from there. And you get the ball back with 3 timeouts in time. But, yeah, Denver's going the wrong fucking way. Like, they're trying to go forward with Russ. But they're going back even before, Peyton was there, to be honest with you. 3rd and 23. Dump off. And okay, Wooga Boomba makes the catch, but they get back to the original line of scrimmage at midfield. So 4th down, timeout, San Fran with a minute 6. So they'll get the ball back. You would think with, probably pin back, but 2 timeouts, length to go. Try to get in field goal range themselves to go up 7, 10-3 at halftime. Or score again, 14-3, and then the more pressure is going to be on Denver coming out of the half, to score on their opening drive. And then to, just, man, Denver's playing like shit. This game's very similar to what we saw earlier, though, with Green Bay and Tampa Bay, but Green Bay, of course, had done a little bit more early. Broncos on the punt, and a fair catch signal for at the 11. So San Francisco have a minute on the dot to play and 2 timeouts to go 89 for a touchdown. And I think to get to the 33, 35-yard line for Robbie Gould to kick a field goal. Because he has a leg on him. I mean, hell, he's been in the league for almost 20 years at this point. From Lock Haven to Penn State to the Bears to the Giants, now a Niner. And, would probably still be in Chicago if they didn't get rid of him. But they did. That was their loss. And his 2 Super Bowl appearances, he's lost both of them down in Miami with the Bears and Niners. But, talk about McManus being a good character. Robbie Gould's the same. He's good as gold sometimes with San Fran. And just get him in field goal range. You got 2 timeouts, a minute. Score touchdowns even better. Bring him on for the extra point. But this drive might, look back at it. 3 points might be the difference. Touchdown might be the difference. But Denver, they got to get their head out of their ass. This is 3 games now. Well, at least 2.5 that they've played like absolute shit. And I get it still early. Okay? I get it still early in this game and overall in the season. But something's got to give, man. You got to run the ball. Play calling's got to be better. It starts up front. Their offensive line looks like, they can't block. Or they don't know how to block for Russell. Like their block scheme, just they don't know what to do. And then what was I gonna say? All the penalties, that's right. Yeah. Tonight, but even the first 2 weeks, they just showed off that graphic. They've been honestly the most penalized team in the league, for God's sakes. Like, just shoot yourselves in the foot more while you're at it. Like, pathetic is all it is. It's unacceptable. So from the 11, 1st and 10. Minute to play in the half. Jimmy G pass incomplete, intended for Ayuk at the 28. 2nd and 10, 56 seconds. See, Denver only has a timeout remaining too. Like, after that incompletion, you got one more chance at it, but you're probably going to run then, make them call their timeout. You'll probably punt. You still want to try to work as much clock as you can if you're not going to get a first down. And then, go from there. Like, we might be, changing possession here a few times before halftime. So 2nd and 10 from the 11. Garoppolo dumps it off to Kittle. He gets 2 yards. Make it 3 on a spin move. So, got a whistle. Got an injured Broncos. They're going to have to call a timeout because they're under 2 minutes. All right. So 3rd and 7.
And he's a good one. They really think that he could be a special team. He's been playing a lot of inside linebacker. They've been moving him out to the edge. Where they Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory. This is a concern.
Yeah, he's going to be charged his 3rd and final timeout. 3rd and 7. Yeah, if I'm San Francisco here, 3rd and 7, I'm running the ball because they can't stop the clock. And then, you know, once you get down, whether it's 4th and short or you get a first down, I mean, you get a first down, you got 2 timeouts yourself, you want to keep going. But if you don't, and then don't want to go for it, which be stupid to because then you don't get it, you give them the ball back. You run the ball here, you run the clock out then because once the next play starts, the game clock's going to be under 40 seconds, and the game clock at under 40 seconds is going to be under the play clock at 40 seconds. And then you go into halftime. So, I mean, unless you want to take a shot, which I don't know why you'd want to, you have a lead on the road, 7-3. You have momentum. I mean, nothing really going for you right now. I'd run it, run the clock out, you know, go into halftime with a lead, and then, you know, continue to get stops in the second half, and, you know, try to, of course, score more, but just hold on to the win and pick it up because Denver hasn't, you know, done shit. 3rd and 7 for San Francisco here, 42 seconds. I'm running the ball. They'll run it. D-Bell, spin move, but yeah, see, under 40 seconds and 35, play clock's going to reset. They're in no hurry. Denver can't stop the clock. We're going to halftime, 7-3. Yep. Thank you. So at halftime, 7-3, San Francisco. Garoppolo's 11 of 17 for a $135 and a touchdown. Jeff Wilson slowed down, 8 for 55 on the ground now. Debo 4 for 6 in the rushing category, but he does have 5 catches, 73 yards receiving. Brandon Ayuk 339. George Kittle has 3 catches, 23 yards as well. Russell 10 for 16 for a $106. Javonte Williams 7 carries, 42 yards. And then Cortland Sutton 451. Melvin Gordon has catch for 22 yards. Jerry Jeudy 2 of 17. OK Wooga Boomba 12 yards receiving. Javonte Williams catch for 4 yards. You know, pretty balanced, pretty even. You know, Denver's officially punted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times with a field goal. Whereas, okay, we just went to half. San Francisco has a touchdown on their second drive, but they punted once, twice, a third, a fourth, and a 5th time as well. So for the brand, 10 total punts with 7 penalties, time possessions split by 15-25 to 14-35. You know, San Francisco has a better running game than Denver does, along with a passing attack. Some more total yards there. But they both ran a total of 30 plays. The only downside for the Niners is that they're 0 for 6 on 3rd down. They have not been able to convert. Denver's 2 for 8. But they've also punted 5 times. So 10 total punts, 5 apiece, 7-3 at halftime, with the San Francisco 49ers on top of the home Denver Broncos tonight from the Mile High City in Denver on Sunday Night Football. And these are, in fact, my live watching interactions. So once again, thank you for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media links in the description below, the thumbs up button. Share, chat questions, comments, super chats, super stickers, super likes, and super thanks. Always greatly appreciated, though. Earlier today in the NFL, a Week 3 Sunday, this September the 25th, 2022. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games be decided by 4 points or less, with the Bears defeating the Texans 23-20. Titans picked up the first one of the year, as the Raiders are still winless. 24-22 your final score for Music City. The Colts won by 3 at home, 20-17 over the Chiefs. Miami 21-19 win over the Buffalo Bills. They're the lone unbeaten left in the AFC, along with the Philadelphia Eagles out of the NFC. The Giants are still undefeated at 2-0, but they play tomorrow night on Monday Night Football. So like I said earlier, we're definitely going to have 2 undefeated 3-0 teams entering Week 4 with Miami and Philadelphia. Who would have thought? But you can also potentially add the New York Giants, Big Blue, onto that list if they do in fact win tomorrow at home in the whiteout against the Cowboys. Also less than 4-point win. Vikings defeated the Lions 28-24. Atlanta 27-23 over Seattle. And Green Bay 14-12 defeating Tampa Bay. But Week 3 began on Thursday night. We had the Cleveland Browns defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 29-17. Also today in the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens defeated the New England Patriots 37-26. Bengals 27-12 win over the goddamn New York Jets, who play at the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday at 1 o'clock, and we'll have live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. Then, along with Sunday Night Football next week, which will feature the Kansas City Chiefs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so be sure to tune in. Then all you have to do is hit the red subscribe button, notification bell next to it, as well as stay up to date. Eagles 24-8 win over the Washington Redskins football team. Commanders 22-12 win for the Panthers over the Saints. The Jaguars with a big 38-10 win over the Chargers, and then the Rams won at Arizona 20-12. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, Cowboys, Giants. And then Week 4 will begin on Thursday night. We'll have the undefeated Miami Dolphins at 3-0 at Cincinnati, with the Bengals as a 3-point home favorite early. NFL in London next Sunday morning. Vikings, Saints. And then from 1 o'clock on, Browns, Falcons, Washington, Dallas, Seattle, and Detroit. Titans, Colts, Bears, Giants, Jaguars, Eagles. Spoke of Jets, Steelers, along with Chiefs, Buccaneers for Sunday Night Football. Buffalo will be in Baltimore. Chargers, Texans. Cardinals, Panthers. Patriots, Packers should be a good game. Broncos will be in Vegas taking on the Silver and Black. Chiefs, Bucks on Sunday night once again. And next week on Monday Night Football, these 49ers will be hosting the Rams. Now back to a college football recap from this past weekend. On Thursday, West Virginia defeated Virginia Tech 33-10. Coastal Carolina 41-24 win over Georgia State. Illinois shut out Chattanooga 31-zip. Syracuse won on a game-winning field goal 22-20 over Virginia. Air Force put up 48 and a lot of rushing yards as well over Nevada, 48-20. UTEP defeated Boise State for the first time ever in program history, 27-10. The number 1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs, 39-22 over the Kent State Golden Flashes. You got to give up for Kent State, though. They went to Washington, they went to Oklahoma, and they went to Georgia. With a win at home against Long Island last week, they got paid a good chunk of change and now sit at 1-3. But they went to 3 top 25 teams on the road, and I mean, gave it their all. Lost all three, no doubt about it. Closest was yesterday, though. They had Georgia on the ropes. It felt like there for a little bit, but win's a win for the Dogs, and they win it by 17, as mentioned, 39-22. Alabama 55-3 over Vanderbilt. So everybody in Nashville that's a Commodore fan can now shut the hell up because, well, you had a good 2-week stint, 2-week run at the start of the year. You beat Hawaii and upset somebody else, but now you're back to level playing field. You get blown out at Alabama, and rightfully so, by the Tide, 55-3 once again. Ohio State jumped around on top of Wisconsin, 52-21. Michigan, from the Big House in Ann Arbor, defeated the Terrapins of Maryland by a touchdown, 34-27. They'll be at Iowa next Saturday. We'll preview college football week 5 here momentarily. Double overtime win for Clemson at Wake Forest in the ACC, 51-45. As yesterday at noon, of course, thank you to anybody who tuned in and listened to my Central Michigan Penn State live watch on reactions. Live on YouTube. Be sure to tune back in next Saturday as well, 3:30 for Northwestern and Penn State. Live watch long reactions live right here on YouTube, along with the NFL next Thursday, Sunday, and Monday as well. But yeah, we had during Central Michigan, Penn State on also Maryland, Michigan, Clemson, Wake Forest, and Baylor, Iowa State. It got a little bit more interesting though from 3:30 on with a lot of good games yesterday. Once again in college football. Said this earlier during Packers-Bucks that I thought yesterday in college football stacked up with week 2 from a couple weeks ago, arguably as the 2 best weekends in college football thus far this year, at least first month of the year, with more football to come, of course, because it's a long-ass season. The NFL first 3 weeks, I feel like they've all sort of been, on the same playing field. All been level. We've had a couple games stand out. They've been better than the others. A lot of close games today, like I said. But when football's on in the fall on the weekend, good guess if that's exactly what you thought. But yeah, Kansas State upset Oklahoma, 41-34. USC with a big road win at Oregon State. Caleb Williams finding Jordan Addison for a go-ahead and then game-winning touchdown before a INT that sealed it with seconds to go. 17-14 your final score for the Trojans. They fought on over the Beavers. Kentucky with a 31-23 win over Northern Illinois. Arkansas and Texas A&M, along with Florida and Tennessee. I'll start with the latter game of the two from Rocky Top. The Vols swamped the Gators 38-33, but I know I sure as hell never saw what I'm about to say. I don't know if anybody else has either in their entire life, and that's regardless of age, or if we'll ever, see it again. Texas A&M defeated Arkansas 23-21, okay? That's your final score. But Arkansas attempted a potential game-winning field goal, and it doinked off the top of the right upright. It hit the fucking flag on the field goal post. And then if it would have bounced in, it would have been good. But it came down and was no good. So no good on the kick, and A&M holds off the Hogs 23-21. NC State beat UConn 41-10. Utah 34-13 defeating Arizona State. The blue and white of Penn State, the Nittany Lions, with a 33-14 win over the Central Michigan Chippewas, and as mentioned, they'll host Northwestern, who lost against Miami, Ohio last night, I might add. We'll get to that game in a second. Northwestern, Penn State, next Saturday, and I'll have live watch along reactions over here on YouTube. Oregon scored 2, make it 3 touchdowns, I believe, in as many minutes to come back and defeat Washington State on the road, 44-41. Ole Miss with a 35-27 win at home over Tulsa. Baylor went to Ames, or Ames's, depending on where you're from. Not the old store either, but Iowa. And the Bears beat the Cyclones 31-24. Washington with a 40-22 win over Stanford. BYU 38-24 win over the Wyoming Cowboys, as Wyoming can win at home, but they can't win on the road. Texas Tech won in overtime at home over the Texas Longhorns, as the Red Raiders hooked the horns 37-34. Pitt with a 45-24 win over Rhode Island. Thoughts and prayers to the Steel City after a shooting at Kennywood last night. But then Middle Tennessee State upset the Hurricanes. The U will drop out of the top 25 after a 45-31 loss at home. But at least the Dolphins, I guess, won today in South Beach in that very home stadium of theirs as well. Those are your top 25 games from yesterday. We'll get into everything else next commercial break, because we're about to kick off here the second half on Sunday Night Football. We'll also, as mentioned, of course, continue to watch this game, see what happens with San Francisco and Denver. Recap what happened yesterday. Take a look at the AP Top 25 poll that was released today as well, and then preview next week. So, play together was the message coming out of the half for Denver. Well, they got to find a fucking running game if they want to win this game. They're playing at home, and they're down by 4, 7-3 at the half. Absolutely pathetic. And Russ has to cook, So, there's that. 1st and 10 from the 25. Handoff. So they're trying to establish the run here. Javonte Williams for about 4. He's second down. Yep. Collinsworth is right. What shit do you want to give him? Here's the guy. No more slide in, but got a flag on the play. Trip, tangled. They say incidental contact, no penalty. They pick it up. No trip. Yeah, that's a trip. After seeing that replay, that's a trip. He's saying, shh. Yeah. Tried to get away with it. He did. 3rd and 14 from the 20. Russ dumps it off, but it's incomplete. 4th down, and they're going to punt a minute into this half for the 6th time tonight. Good God, Denver. What the fuck? Here comes Jimmy G and the 49ers. They can put this game away because Denver has not done anything whatsoever. Like, they're keeping it too simple. And they don't have a running game. You got to air it out a little bit. Like, I don't know whose offense is looking worse right now. Denver's or the Pittsburgh Steelers. From the 25 on the return, Ray Ravencloud, the former Steeler, speak of the devil, gets to the 44, first and 10 for San Fran from there. I'd honestly probably, even as a Steeler fan, have to say Denver because, you know, as bad as play calling's been in Pittsburgh, Trubisky ain't playing, you know, that bad, but at the same point in time, as I said Thursday night, like, we'll see what they do. I guarantee you they're not making a quarterback change anytime soon. Unless, you know, he gets hurt or starts sucking it up. You know, they just got to find a running game, you know, and execute. They got to air it out more, you know. But at the same point in time, they didn't draft Kenny Pickett for nothing. And they obviously know what he has. I think us fans know what he has as well. You know, all us armchair quarterbacks, if you will. But at the same point in time, man, it's like he can't be playing, you know, much worse. So, got an automatic first down penalty against the Broncos defense, so they'll move the sticks for San Francisco. Legal hands to the face. Yeah, probably a good call. So first down and what's it, 5? No, make it first and 10 for the 49ers. From the 48, Jimmy G, another flag on the play. Jesus Christ. Over the middle, intent for Wilson, incomplete. Another flag. This is nothing new with Sean Hawkey and his crew. They throw flags on every fucking play. This is a makeup call. Got an illegal shift, and they'll back them up and replay the down. So first and 15. From the 43 toss near side, and to the 50 they go. Walmart plus Skycam in Denver. San Francisco are going to do the stomp if they win. From midfield, 2nd and 8, trouble with the snap, and Jimmy G, I think, fell on it and recovered it. You got a pile, though. This could be a big play. Denver recovers. Create and capitalize off turnover. Denver Bronco football, 1st and 10. They recover it. Wow. You got to capitalize off this now. You got to score a touchdown. You got to take the lead. You got half the field. You got to take a shot or two. You got to run the ball. Trouble with the snap, and Denver recovers it. Wow. It looked like Jimmy G got back to it, but then Denver recovered. They got to score a touchdown. Let alone, you know, kick an extra point or kick a field goal, to cut it to 1 at 7-6. You got to score a touchdown. You got to get this crowd behind you. Of course, they've been booing you all night because you can't move the ball more than 10 yards on offense. They're going to add about 12 seconds back on the clock. 12:41. Yeah, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. You got Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon in the backfield. With Russell Wilson, damn fucking quarterback. You got 50 yards to capitalize off a turnover now. If you don't score a touchdown, there's something wrong. Fake the give, And Wilson going to get sacked. He was going to go deep, but they bring him down. Kevin Givens from El Tuna. He originally committed to play at Pitt, but said no. I'm going to play at Penn State, and he takes down Russell Wilson on Sunday Night Football. One play after a 49er turnover. And now they got a second and long. Good pressure. One-man show. 4 sack on Russell tonight. 2nd and 16. Dump it off. They're going the wrong way, man. Javonte Williams on the screen. They got a 3rd and 20 now. Good God, Denver. What the hell is going on? The boos are really coming in now. They're going to punt. They're going to have to punt. They can't even capitalize off turnover. They go back 10, 15 yards. From the 42, 3rd and 18 officially. Slant over the middle, caught by Sutton, but he's brought down at the 49. They can't even move the ball more than a yard. This is pathetic. And they'll punt for the 7th time that night. As many points as the Niners have, let alone they only have 3 with under 11 to play. And guess who is getting the ball back? Jimmy G and the 49ers. This is pathetic by Denver. They cannot do anything whatsoever to save their life. They will down it at the 1 yard line, though. All right, they'll do that for what it's worth. So 1st and 10. San Francisco from the 1 with 10:31 to play in the 3rd quarter, still up 7-3. So they'll take a timeout. We'll get back to the action momentarily. But back to these college football scores from yesterday. Auburn won in overtime at home against Missouri, 17-14, because Mizzou fumbled, reaching for the goal line to win the game in overtime, and Auburn recovered. So that's how the game ended, 17-14. Your final score. Mississippi State beat Bowling Green 45-14. TCU 42-34 over SMU. Kansas 35-27 win over Duke. As Syracuse is 4-0, Kansas is also 4-0, but Kansas is 4-0 for the first time since 2009. You got to go the whole way back to Mark Mangino. Okay? We'll see, 4-0 right now at the end of September where they are in a month or 2 months from now. But Louisville beat South Florida 41-3. Buffalo 50-31 over Eastern Michigan. UCLA 45-17 win at Colorado over Ralphie and the Buffs. Temple shut out UMass 28-zip. Ohio won by 7, but in a shootout at home from Athens over Fordham 59-52. Notre Dame beat North Carolina 45-32 as well. Minnesota was shutting out Michigan State before the Spartans scored with about a minute left. Your final score 34-7, as Minnesota is now officially ranked in the top 25. We'll get to them in the AP poll shortly. We're just looking ahead, of course. Penn State hosting Northwestern on Saturday before a bye week, but then Penn State has to go to Michigan before they get Minnesota and Ohio State both at home. So the Nittany Lions are most definitely going to be playing 3 straight top 20 games, with potentially 2 of those 3 at Michigan and then Ohio State Halloween weekend in potentially 2 top 10 matchups if it comes down to it. A little tidbit there for you, just looking ahead a little bit. Cincinnati beat Indiana 45-24. JMU, James Madison, the Dukes went to App State, won by 4, 32-28. San Diego State 17-14 over Toledo. And we'll start off with Florida International and Kentucky, as that was a shutout win. And then there's also another big shutout win last night as well. We'll get to that in a second. But back to it, 1st and 10 from the 1. Handoff, and now a second down for the 49ers, still up 7-3 here, 10:05 and counting to play in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 after no gain on the play. That's a safety. That's a fucking safety. Garoppolo threw it, but he was out of bounds. He was on the back line. That's a safety. That's Dan Orlovsky play for you right there, buddy. 7-5 with 9:51 to play in the third. The Giants are on top of the Rockies on Sunday Night Football. 7-5. Yeah, safety before he threw it, which was picked off and intercepted. The return for a touchdown. It's a safety. So 7-5. San Francisco going to have to punt. Denver getting the ball 1st and 10. Yeah, he just dropped back too far. Didn't know where he was. And then, yeah, he's on the end line, and that's a safety. They blow it dead, so 7-5. You got to be kidding me. What is this, Penn State, Iowa from 2004? Got a 6-4 game on our hands tonight? 7-5. Got an injured player down in the meantime, so they'll take a commercial break. But yeah, Broncos getting the ball back. Down 2. It's 7-5 Niners, calling from a walkie-talkie on Sunday Night Football. Western Kentucky defeated Florida International yesterday, 73-0, but Stephen F. Austin won 98-0. And had a chance to, I believe it was either kick a field goal or go for a touchdown, but they took a knee at the end of the game. They didn't want to score 100. Memphis 44-34 over North Texas. University of Texas San Antonio beat Texas Southern 52-24. UCF with a 27-10 win over Georgia Tech. Sacramento State upset Colorado State 41-10. Cal beat Arizona 49-31. In double overtime, Navy beat East Carolina, excuse me. Not Eastern, whatever the hell I was going to say. Yeah, I have no clue. Texas State 34-0 over Houston Christian. But yeah, Navy double overtime win, 23-20 over East Carolina. Liberty 21-12 over Akron. Georgia Southern 34-23 defeating Ball State. Old Dominion with a 3-point 29-26 win over Arkansas State. Houston beat Rice 34-27 in the Battle of Houston, Texas. Iowa went to Piscataway, beat Rutgers 27-10. Southern Miss 27-24 over Tulane. UNLV 34-24 defeating Utah State. Troy beat Marshall. So Marshall, they beat Notre Dame 2 weeks ago, but they've lost twice in a row now. 16-17 your final score for the Trojans over the Thundering Herd. South Alabama 38-24 win over 38-14, excuse me, over Louisiana Tech. LSU 38-0 over New Mexico. Spoke of Northwestern a little bit ago. Miami, Ohio 17-14 win over the Wildcats, who are now 1-3. South Carolina won 56-20 over Charlotte. Purdue hung on 28-26 at home over Florida Atlantic. New Mexico State 45-26 defeating Hawaii. Florida State 44-14 win over BC. Louisiana Monroe defeated Louisiana Lafayette by 21-17, and San Jose State last night defeated Western Michigan 34-6. So Trent Williams was the injured 49er. He walks off, even though they brought the card out for him. After the safety, though, the Broncos will punt, or the Broncos will get the ball back after the 49er punt, excuse me. And a return to the 29-yard line. First and 10 Denver from there. 9:49 to play in the third. It is 7-5 on Sunday Night Football. Got a flag on the play. Now some pushing and shoving. We're going to have a fight. We had a fight last week. We almost had one earlier. We had one last night in college football. What game was that? Kansas State, Oklahoma, I do believe. Yes. 7-5, though. The Giants are on top of the Rockies. Now we're playing football. It's 7-5. During the return, got a hold, 10 yards. So Denver, even with the safety, and then the punt by San Francisco, they still got a holding, and then 10 yards, back them up. So first and 10 from around the 20. So field goal, make it 8-7. Touchdown makes it 12-7. But if they miss the extra point, or go for two and don't get it, it's a even though Sheets is better, but Wilson and this Bronco offense, they need to take a big gulp, a big shot, get some momentum on their side. But it all starts up front, though, too. You got to have a running game. They're trying to run the ball once again. Hand off there, 2nd and 9. Coming up next, we'll go over the AP Top 25 poll that came out earlier today, and then also preview college football for next week, so stay tuned. Wilson over the middle, caught, and for a few yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. Yep.
And if you're sitting on your couch and thinking, why are we not seeing Russell Wilson with the move numbers that he wants to throw? The reason is that he's not getting that opportunity. They're playing.
Yeah, they've been able to block, and then they're covering good. Third and 3 officially for Denver. Empty set. They'll work the sticks. They'll go for a slant. Yep. First down, Denver. Now past 35. Cortland Sutton. First and 10 from the 36, dump off on the screen, Melvin Gordon, and about a yard. 2nd down and 9. From the 36, 2nd and 10, they might have jumped off sides. Free play. He knows that he's going deep. And it's incomplete. So 5 yards, they'll replay it down with the offside. At least he knew he had free play. He went deep. Where's that on a normal play? Second and 4, they hand off and they get the first down on a run. Melvin Gordon. from the 47, 1st and 10. Wilson hands off. Another, well, a player with the helmet come off. Another good 7-yard run or so by Gordon. Second and manageable. They only trail by 2 now. 7-5. San Francisco, same spot Green Bay was in earlier. You know, okay, one good drive, 2 good drives, and then nothing after that. When the other team was also doing nothing, you're both at a standstill, but then they get some momentum and get some rhythm with, playing at home, and then they start coming back. That's what Denver's doing right now. Difference is this game's a little lower scoring than the other one was. Green Bay scored a little bit more, that ended up being enough. Whereas here, San Francisco only with a 7, Denver with the field goal and the safety because Jimmy G pulled a Dan Orlovsky and, stepped out of bounds at the back of the end zone for a safety, 7-5 with 5:40 to play in the third. Both teams still all 3 timeouts remaining. But, field goal stays the way it is, wins it. Touchdown definitely wins it. But 3rd and 3, Russell, deep ball. And nobody's there. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Probably defensive hold or defensive pass interference. First down. Holding on the defense. 5 yards, automatic first down. So Denver keeps the ball. They'll keep the drive alive for the time being because of the penalty. But 38, Lenore Ryan. See if it was a good holding call or not. Well, I mean, he threw the ball up and nobody was there, so I'd hope so. Yeah. Jerry Jeudy was getting held the whole time. 12 total penalties tonight. 7 on the Niners, the other 5 on Denver. Handoff to Javonte Williams. 5 yards. All right, second down. From the 35, Wilson hands off. Williams only about a yard. So 3rd down. .404 and counting. We'll see if there's going to be an error on 3rd and 4. They're in field goal range. Wilson rolls out. A little too much, incomplete, intended for Jerry Jeudy. So from here, it's going to be about a 52, 53-yard field goal. I'd kick it. You're down by 2. This will give you the lead at 8-7. As crazy as this game's been, with not a lot going on once again, just like earlier. And all the close games we had today, I mean, 7-0, and then 7-3, 7-5 with the safety. They're going to kick the field goal here. And McManus made from 55, so you think should be able to make from 52, 53 here. Former Temple Owl. 53, kicks up, no good, hooked it wide right. Oh my God. No good. It is 7-5. With 3:46 to play in the third still. And Denver fans don't know what to think. Good God. He missed a 53-yard field goal when he just made a 55-yard earlier. Completely hooked it wide right. I don't know about the snap or the hold. It looked good, but Maybe it wasn't. Laces out. Maybe the laces were in. I don't know. See a replay if they show it when they come back. But yeah, kick's no good. It is 7-5 on Sunday Night Football. Not 17-15 or any other, possible score. It's 7-5. That might be a score-origami. This ends in a final. Neither team does anything the rest of the way. But now this AP Top 25 poll, the top 5 remains unchanged. You got Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, and Clemson. But USC jumped to 6. Kentucky jumped to 7. As Tennessee up from 11 to 8. Oklahoma stays at 9. NC State's 10. Penn State at 11. They very well could be in the top 10, top 8 going into Michigan in a few short weeks. And like I said earlier, 3 straight games at Michigan, Minnesota, and then Ohio State. 3 straight top 20 games. Potentially 3 straight top 15 games if Minnesota continues to jump. But then also potentially 2 of 3 of those. 2 of those 3 could very well be top 10 matchups. So it ain't going to get any easier, like I said yesterday. But Penn State's at 11, Utah 12, Oregon 13, Ole Miss 14, Washington's at 15. The Pac-12 seems to be doing perfectly fine. USC, you have Washington, who's 4-0 with Kalen DeBoer, Utah and Oregon. UCLA and Stanford are there. Oregon State ain't playing half bad. They've been playing like this for a couple years now. Now, with taking USC to the wire last night, it seems like everybody at least knows that, they're for real. Baylor's at 16, A&M 17. Oklahoma dropped to 18, just like Arkansas to 20 after losses. BYU's still at 19, Minnesota 21, Wake Forest 22. And then Florida State, Pitt, and Kansas State round out your top 25. With Kansas, and then Cincinnati, Florida, Washington State, Syracuse, Oregon State, Texas Tech, North Carolina, LSU, James Madison, Tulane, UCLA, and TCU all receiving votes, as Florida, Texas, and Miami dropped out of the top 25. So that's your top 25 pool. And now we'll get into a preview for next week during the next commercial break, which will probably be at the end of the fourth, or at the end of the third quarter, as we'll look to start the fourth quarter here, the final 15, in about less than 3 minutes of football or so. 7-5 though, Niners on top of the Broncos here tonight on Sunday Night Football on the road. They got a 2nd and 10 from the 39. And, they should be able to kick a field goal here. If they don't get sacked, well, Garoppolo does go down on the sack. I might add back to the 49, so it'll be 3rd and a mile. Make it 3rd and 20 officially. Just getting rubber gold field goal range. 10-5, score a touchdown, 14-5. And then we'll have to see if it's a score origami or not. But third and 18 officially. Garoppolo going to go down the middle, incomplete. He short hopped it, intended for Ayuk. Good pass. Just good coverage. 4th down, they'll punt. So Denver getting it back, still down 2, 7-5 with a minute 47 to play in the third. Good God. Seven to 5, yeah. And we've had, as many punts as we have total points tonight. Good God. Going to be downed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So Denver going to have to drive the length of the field once again. And we know they can't do that. Neither of these teams can move the football, it seems like. It's 7 to 5. Russell Wilson dumps it off, batted down, incomplete. We've never had a 6-5 or a 7-4 game in NFL history, but I guess we have had a 7-5 game. Fumble, 49ers recover. Oh my God, that would be perfect for Denver. Or worse, the worst part to happen for Denver. Perfect for San Francisco. Goal to go with the 3 then to punch it in to extend their lead. Gordon fumbled, but then Russell Wilson there to recover it. Oh my God. Can this game get any uglier? Third and 13 for Denver from the 3. Empty set. Wilson dumps it off. It's incomplete right through his hands. And they'll punt. This is pathetic. A punt contest in a 7-5 game. And more boos. Rightfully so. Right through his hands. He dropped it incomplete. We've never had a 14-4 game, but Denver, of course, has 5 points. So the score, I mean, if San Francisco can score again and Denver gets a field goal, then to try to score and win it. We've never had a 14-8 final score, so that would be a score to keep an eye out for. Debo on the give, and nowhere for him to go. So talk about a defense showdown. Talk about low-scoring games. This ain't that boring. It's just fun. It's, what's going to give? Bend but don't break, like I said at the start. I didn't think it would be this bad, but Kittle in motion out of the pistol. They'll let the clock expire. Yeah, end of the third quarter, 7-5, San Francisco on top of Denver on Sunday football. This ain't baseball, this is football. This ain't the Giants and Rockies, even though I've joked about that. This is the San Francisco 49ers and Denver Broncos at the end of the third quarter on Sunday football. It is 7-5. And this is all odds for football. You don't see this. You see 7-3 as it was, 7-6, 7-7. You know, safeties just, especially for low scores, make that score odd. You know, and the 5's an odd number, no doubt about it. But yeah, that's that. Do they ever restart the race, or do they call it? I'm gonna have to look into that because I'd like to know who won. Because they were in a rain delay earlier. Is the race on right now? We're going to turn on USA Network and find out. Because they got through a good 2 stages. They had about 100 laps to go. And then they got rained out. Red flag. But it is the NASCAR playoffs, so I think they're trying to get it in rather than calling it. No, it's over. The number 8, Tyler Reddick, who will not be racing for RCR into the future, picked up a win. And he was in the playoffs, wasn't he? Because he had a win. It doesn't matter. It's Sunday night, and, well, we went all day for Sunday night. Sunday night football, it's 7-5. We had a 7-point first quarter, a 3-point second quarter, and a 2-point third quarter. That means 1 point will be scored in this fourth quarter, if that's even fucking possible, which it ain't. So, here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Niners. From the 41 up to 7-5 with 15 minutes to play. Jimmy G pass near side, intended for Debo. It's caught. Or Jennings, 15, excuse me, down to the 20. They say incomplete, out of bounds. That's a catch. Boom. Holy shit. Yeah, he caught that. He might have juggled it. Yeah, that's a big hit by Jimmy G. Especially landing on his right shoulder that he got surgery on. They say incomplete, 3rd and down. Yeah, he juggled it. He only had 1 foot in. And, yeah, I might add, San Francisco still hasn't converted on 3rd down tonight. They're over 7. Garoppolo dump off. Jeff Wilson, and they won't get it. Yard short, 4th and 1. You got to kick it. You got to kick it. Robbie Gould, make it 10-5. Yep. You got to kick it. They bring out Robbie Gould to make it 10-5. Been around. Officially from 51 to begin the 4th. Kicks up. Kick is good. It is 10-5 San Francisco on top of Denver. Oh my God. 14-10 to play. 10-5 49ers. And I guess that score has happened before because it's not coming up as a missing score. They skip over 10. They go from 9-9 in a tie to 11-2 score. That's never happened. 11-5 has never happened, but they can't get a 4-point field goal. The next possible, another field goal would be 13. 13-5. 13-5 could be a score, Gami. You know, to keep keep an eye out for that. But it is 10-5 on Sunday Night Football. And we still got to preview what's to come next week in college football if we get to it. Now, if we don't, that's all right because we went over it yesterday. But now all kick times are official. And they'll be announcing more for not this weekend's games, but next weekend's games tomorrow. For everything that's still to be determined. Penn State on ESPN opening up as a 25.5 point favorite. So at 3:30 on Saturday, we'll have on Northwestern Penn State, Alabama, Arkansas, along with Oklahoma State, Baylor, and probably Wake Forest and Florida State. Rutgers, Ohio State's also on. Iowa State, Kansas could be a good game. Michigan State, Maryland. Virginia Tech, North Carolina, SMU, UCF, Central Michigan going to be on the NFL North at Toledo. 1st and 10, Denver down 5 with 14 minutes to play. 10-5 your score in this work. It is second down. And we'll pull up some stats and scores here in a little bit as well. 10-5. Oh my God. From the 28. Wilson fakes the give, 2nd and 7. Deep ball down the middle of the field. Has Jerry Jeudy in stride, and he dropped it. Good coverage, but he had it and dropped it. Incomplete. Oh my God. 3rd and 7. He would have walked in the end zone, too, for a touchdown. And then they'd be up 12-10. But they'd probably go for 2 to make it a 13-10 game. He had it, dropped it. Oh my God. You gotta catch that. A little bit of deflection, but you still gotta catch that, hit you right in the hands. 3rd and 7. From the 28, 3rd and 7 for Denver. Broncos, Russell going to step up and run, and he'll dive for the first down, but no, he didn't get that. They'll mark him short. He's short. He's half yard short. Be 4th and inches. You probably punt. As much as you want to go for it, you probably punt. You're down 5. You don't want to go for it, not get it, and give them the ball, in, good territory. In your territory, might add, 35-yard line. He reached for it, but I don't know. They could challenge. I mean, it's 4th and inches. They rolled him down short of the line again. It's hard to overturn a spoil the ball potential challenge. 4th and inches. They're going to challenge it. I don't mind it, but very rarely do these get overturned. So Denver's going to challenge. That's the biggest cheer of the night. Oh, my. That look gets a first down. But that's tough. Because he got tackled a half yard short. But he did reach for the first down. So they could overturn this. They could measure if they'd spot the ball then at that point, which is probably what they'll end up doing. And then they'll give them the first down then at that point. But right now it's 4th and inches. And if it's 4th and inches still, you can go for it, but you don't get it. You're giving them the ball, knocking on the door, setting up shop, your 35-yard line. You punt, you pin them deep, make them drive. Because, you're down 5. That's in between a field goal and a touchdown. It's an odd number, no doubt about it. And you only have 5 points to show for it. It's 10-5. It's not baseball right now, or first 2 minutes of the basketball game. We've got 13 minutes to play in a football game. It's 10-5 because it's been a defensive showdown. you got to punt if it's 4th and inches. You play defense because you've been able to get off the field. Both defenses have, to an extent, other than the touchdown and the field goal, and then the field goal and the safety. So yeah, this will probably get overturned though. Be one of those in a million that do get overturned for, a spot of the ball challenge, because it did look like he got the first down. So that's that. All right, next week in college football on Thursday, we got Utah State and BYU. Tulane, Houston on Friday, followed by University of Texas San Antonio, Middle Tennessee State, San Diego State, Boise State. Washington will be at UCLA Friday night. That'll be a good game. New Mexico and UNLV. And then on Saturday, we start at noon with Michigan and Iowa, along with Kentucky and Ole Miss, along with Oklahoma and TCU and Purdue, Minnesota. But yeah, it's going to stand as called. That's what I said. Very rarely do these get overturned. And it won't. It's 4th and inches, and that's the right decision. You got to punt. So they waste 2 challenges tonight. They lose them both. They got 2 timeouts remaining now, the rest of the way. 12:35. Yep, they have none remaining. So they'll punt from the 35-yard line. It's still 10-5. Fair catch signal for 4th and 12 by San Francisco. So it's a defensive showdown. It's a punt contest. It's low scoring. Talk about turnovers. I mean, we really haven't had any. Come close. Had the one at midfield, but then Denver wasn't able to capitalize. Russell Wilson talking with his offensive line. It's 10-5. Denver needs a turnover on defense again. 12:28 to play. They got 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. San Francisco got 10-5. They got 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. They're going to run the ball. That's a dead play from the start. But, well, he still finds Jusek wide open, and he hits him for a first down. Catch. Wow. He faked the give when nobody was there as Juszczyk went in motion, and then just ran outfield, and what a catch. What a throw and what a catch. And both feet in bounds and made the snag. Maybe a little bit of a push-off, but no flag. 1st and 10 for San Francisco from the 37. They can put this game away right now if they want to. If they score a touchdown. They kick a field goal, Denver still got a chance, then down 8, needing a touchdown or 2-point to tie at 13. Run the damn ball. From the 38.5 on 2nd and 8, Garoppolo pass complete to Kittle. Quiet night for him in his first game of the year. But 3rd down and about 3, yeah. Third and 3. Out of the gun, got a back to his right and left. And pass over the middle, incomplete, intended for Deebo Samuel. 4th down, and San Francisco will punt. Denver going to get it back. Down 5 still. 2 timeouts and 10:23 to play. Also, though, next week in college football, as mentioned, at noon, we'll have Michigan and Iowa. Kentucky, Ole Miss in a top 25 battle. Oklahoma, TCU, Purdue, Minnesota. Texas Tech at Kansas State. Eastern Washington will be at the Swamp, taking on the Florida Gators. South Carolina State and South Carolina. Georgia State, Army. Illinois at Wisconsin. Louisville, Boston College. Navy will be at Air Force. We'll have Temple, Memphis, Texas State, James Madison. Oregon State at Utah could be a good game. UMass, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Ball State. Touchback on the kick. We'll have a 1st and 10, Denver from the 20. Down 5, 10-5 your score here tonight on Sunday Football. Another top 25 battle. Actually 3 at 3:30 next week. Alabama, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Baylor, and Wake Forest, Florida State, along with Rutgers at Ohio State, Northwestern at Penn State. And I'll have live watch-along reactions of that game as well. Iowa State, Kansas, Fresno State, UConn, Michigan State, Maryland, Virginia Tech, North Carolina, SMU, UCF, Central Michigan, Toledo. Bowling Green at Akron, Miami, Ohio at Buffalo, Ohio at Kent State, as October 1st will be next Saturday. So a lot of conference play underway. Ohio, Kent State, as mentioned. The Citadel will be at App State, Gardner Webb, Marshall, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Georgia Southern, Coastal Carolina, Florida Atlantic, North Texas. Wagner will play at Syracuse in the Carrier Dome in upstate New York. South Alabama, Louisiana, Lafayette, Cal, Washington State, Liberty will head to the 757 take on ODU. New Hampshire, Western Michigan, UTEP, Charlotte, LSU at Auburn next Saturday night at 7 o'clock on ESPN from the Plains. East Carolina, South Florida, Cincinnati, Tulsa, Louisiana Monroe, Arkansas State, Troy, Western Kentucky, Georgia, Mizzou. NC State will be at Clemson Saturday night on ABC, 7:30 from Death Valley. West Virginia will play at Texas as well. That should be a good game. Indiana, Nebraska, Virginia, Duke, San Jose State, Wyoming. As that NC State Clemson game is another top 25 matchup, top 10 showdown to begin with, to be honest with you. So that's one top 25 game. How many total we have next week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 25 matchups next week. Also next week, as mentioned, NC State, Clemson, West Virginia, Texas, Indiana, Nebraska, Virginia, Duke, San Jose State, Wyoming, UAB, Rice, Georgia Tech will play at Pitt, FIU, New Mexico State, Colorado at Arizona, Arizona State, USC, and then Stanford plays at Oregon next Saturday night at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. So that's college football for you, from the recap from yesterday and what's to come next week, along with what happened in the NFL today and what's to come also beginning on Thursday for week 4. With 10 minutes to play tonight on Sunday Football, 49ers up 10-5 on the Broncos. Jimmy Garoppolo is 14-23 for 172 yards passing and a touchdown. He's been sacked 3 times. Jeff Wilson has 7 carries for 75 yards rushing. Deebo Samuel, 5 catches, 73 yards receiving. Brandon Ayuk, 339 and a touchdown. Kittle, 428. Kyle Juszczyk has a catch for 24 yards. Russell Wilson as his pass complete to Cortland Sutton. 16-27 for a $134. He's been sacked 4 times. Javonte Williams, 13-57 on the ground. Melvin Gordon, 8-13. Sutton has 7 catches, 78 yards. Gordon, 3-25. Judy, only 2 catches, 17 yards, even though he's been targeted. Triple Adam out. Okay, Wooga Boomba, 1 for 12. And then Javonte Williams has 3 catches, 3 yards. So a low-scoring defensive affair tonight on Sunday Football. So what defense is going to bend but doesn't break? But talk about turnovers. We've only had 1, and Denver wasn't able to capitalize off of it. They have the ball, though. 3rd and 1, they get the first down. What's got to give? And what will give? As always, I'm sure something will. It's 10-5. And Denver's going to try to drive and win this game. Touchdown. And a 2-point would make it a 3-point, 13-10 lead. Because if they scored, you would think they'd go for 2. Because then you don't want to give San Francisco the opportunity to be in a position for a game-winning field goal. Say at 13-11 or 13-12. Denver with a touchdown though. 2-point doesn't go. It's 11-10. Field goal wins it for San Fran. And 11-10. It looks like we've had that final score before. The only scores we haven't had in the 11 range are 11-2, 11-4, 11-5, 11-9, and a tie 11-11 game. But 2nd and 10 for Denver. .8:20 to play from the 33. Wilson down the middle, high, incomplete. This is pathetic. I wonder what these players think of this. Because this is bad. Got to execute. From the 33, 3rd and 10. Wilson, all day to throw. Going to tuck it and run. Gets rid of it right at the last second. It's going to be caught at the 40. And Kendall hit number 9, who had to play quarterback for the Broncos recently last year because they didn't have any active quarterbacks on the roster. Makes the catch. Arguably the biggest play of the game for the Broncos. First and 10 from the 40. Wilson dumps it off on a screen. Melvin Gordon. He'll get 4 yards. 2nd and 6. So 2nd and 6 from the 36. Wilson, another dump off on a screen of Gordon. Fumble, he recovered it though. Oh my God. That's the completion, yeah. He caught it and then dropped it, which is a fumble, but he recovered it. So 3rd and 6 from the 36 now. Catching a fumble, but he recovered it. Yeah. This is tough to watch, man. This is pretty bad. 10-5. Neither team could do anything. Trips in a bunch near side. 3rd and 6 from the 36. Right to left across your television screen. Wilson looking to throw, going to step up. Run, jackass. He will tuck it and run and dives at the 24. 1st and 10 Denver. Now they're knocking on the door, going to look to take the lead, and, San Francisco's going to wish they would have done a little something, on earlier drives now. Rather than a touchdown on their second drive and a field goal on their next to last drive. Everything else has been punt city for both teams. 1st and 10 Denver from the 24. 5:50 and counting to play. Out of the gun, your tight ends. You still have Cortland Sutton. And back shoulder complete to 14. At the 5, 1st and goal Denver. They're really knocking on the door now. They're about to ring the damn doorbell. Let us in. You have Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. Remember, though, when they played at Seattle week 1 on a Monday night, they fumbled twice inside the 5 at the goal line. They run the ball here with Javonte Williams or Melvin Gordon. You got your 3 receivers in 82's in at tight end. Wilson will hand off Melvin Gordon. And Gordon will be brought down with a 1. Second and goal for Denver from there with 4:44 and counting to play. You run it again. Sneak it for the hell of it. Get Russell Wilson riding in Bronco country. Get these fans fired up. And then put the pressure on the Niners. I'm running it here on second and goal from the 1. And they'll work out of the eye. Motion man. Hand off Gordon. He walks in, touchdown Denver. You got to go for 2 now to make it a 13-10 game. Because it's right now 11-10 Broncos on top of the 49ers with 4:10 to play. 11-10. You got to go for 2 to make it a 13-10 game. Best drive since San Francisco's touchdown drive at the beginning of the game. Yeah, you got to go for 2 here. We've never had a 12-11 game. So I know San Francisco can get a safety on Denver somehow. But I guess we've had a 13-11 game. 2-point attempt over the middle. It's no good. Denver leads San Francisco 11-10 with 4:10 to play. And this, once again, is not baseball. This is football. Oh my God. 11-10 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play. San Francisco, Jeff Wilson's had a quiet second half. Officially all night, 12 carries, 75 yards rushing. You got to get him the football. You got to get Deebo Samuel the football. Kittle's a name to keep in mind down the middle of the field. George Kittle. But just don't turn it over whatever you do. And you got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. You run the football. You move the sticks. You get in field goal range for Robbie Gould. You make Denver call their timeouts. You drain as much clock as you possibly can. And, kick a game-winning field goal. Put the pressure back on the Broncos. End of story. So we'll see what the 49ers do. I'd be running the ball if I'm San Fran. Yeah, Juju's going to make some plays. Like I said, Kittle's a name to keep an eye out for. Even Jennings. He only has actually, Jeff Wilson has the catch rate yards that I'm looking at. Jennings has no catches, even though he's been targeted a few times. Even Ayuk to potentially get the ball. But no, Kittle. George Kittle. In his first game this year, give him the football in this drive and run the ball with Jeff Wilson. It's 11-10 on Sunday Night Football. This has to be the most, I don't know what word to use, not awkward, not frustrating either because, I have no rooting interest in this. I mean, as a Steeler fan, of course, I'd probably like the 49ers to win because then that hands Denver a loss in the AFC. But yeah, this, of course, is a Super Bowl rematch, I might add as well. It's not 55-10 tonight. It's 11-10. And it's a quarter after 11 on the East Coast as well, 11:15. So Denver kicks off and touchback, 1st and 10, Niners from the 25. Run the ball. Just very weird. This is a lot like 3-0 on a Monday night with Pittsburgh defeating Miami in the rain. This is a lot like tie games when it's said and done. Like, regardless of the low score, like, nobody won. Like, it's going to end on a tie. 1st and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo gets rid of it, complete. And Jeff Wilson for 8. Under 4 to play. They go 2nd and about 2.5, 3. So... it's 11-10. 2nd down and short for the 49ers. Just mind-blowing, like, what the fuck? Like one of those. Deebo Samuel, pass intended for him, incomplete, 3rd down and 3. Like, your honestly, mind can't, grasp, can't comprehend what you're seeing, what you're reading, what you're looking at. Like, not necessarily in shock. You just can't get over it. Like, what the hell? Like, seriously? Like, this is this bad? This is this low scoring? Odd of a score? 11-10 Broncos. 3rd and 3. Crowd on their feet. They're making as much noise as they've made all year for these Broncos right now. Empty set. From the 32, 3rd and 3. Garoppolo, pass far side. Complete. Jennings. Jawan Jennings, 1st down, San Francisco for 5. I did too. I thought that was picked off. I don't know if he was going to run it back. Collinsworth said a pick 6. I thought that was going to be picked off. Because I was just thinking to myself back in my head, what I just say about turnovers. So, here we go. Under 3 to play. 1st and 10, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel in motion. Jimmy G over the middle on the slant. Caught by Ray McLeod. And he gets to the 48-49 for an 11-yard pickup. 1st and 10, San Fran. 2-minute warning approaching. Denver still has 2 timeouts. They might want to start thinking about calling one of, if not both of those, to potentially get the ball back. If they're going to drive and score, let alone kick a field goal, then you got to have some time and, timeouts in your back pocket if you have them. Use the sidelines as your best friend at that point to try to drive, get in field goal range for yourself or a touchdown to win it as well. Over the middle, it's picked off. Intended for Samuel, and the Broncos pick it off. This is a key point, though. 2:06 to play. And still with 2-minute warning, San Francisco has 3 timeouts. So they're probably still going to get the ball back if Denver can't move it. But talk about turnovers. San Francisco with a fumble. Denver recovers. Can't capitalize, but the 49ers throw an interception down 11-10 on Sunday Night Football. And Broncos ball 1st and 10 now. Off a deflection. Bad throw to begin with. I mean, fucking triple coverage. Jesus Christ. Jimmy G's reliable, but, just made a stupid-ass play there. You don't force it. I don't know if he had anybody else open, though. He was just trying to get Samuel the football. He should have just tucked it and ran. But he, threw an interception. And then, 49er fans or whoever's probably wishing Trey Lance didn't get hurt now. And, he wouldn't have made that. But you don't know that. He broke his fucking ankle. He's done for the year. Can't play. So 1st and 10, Denver from the 42. 2:06 to play, as mentioned. So they're going to start calling their timeouts. Handoff, timeout, 2:02. Or they take a 2-minute warning. All right. They still got 3 timeouts. It'll be 2nd and 10. So they'll get the ball back if they get the ball back here with at least 1 timeout. They can get them into 3 and out. But it's 11-10. Good God. And Denver's just going to try to get in field goal range, if it comes down to it. But then at the same time, you don't want to give them the ball back. Because because I'm a touchdown. You want to run this clock out and win it 11-10. And the Steelers have defeated the Chargers by the same exact score of 11-10 before, I might add. And this will be the second time ever that it would be happening. Second and 9, they toss near side, timeout San Fran with 1:55. Be third down and 9. Yeah, so 11-10's happened before. Steelers Chargers back in 08. And the Steelers went on to win the Super Bowl with a win in that game. I'm not saying the Broncos are going to go win the Super Bowl with Russ this year, but also another tidbit for you: Brady left New England. First year went and won the Super Bowl. Stafford was traded from Detroit to LA last year. First year went and won the Super Bowl. Russell's in his first year in Denver. Just throwing it out there. Slow start until they get, their groove going. This is how Denver's going to be. But they'll pick it up. I mean, last year the Rams, hell, even the year before, the Buccaneers didn't get hot until around Thanksgiving. And then watch out in December, and then playoff time rolls around, and then they're in the Super Bowl in their own home stadium. Super Bowl ain't in Denver. It's just going to be a little further south down in Arizona. And Rihanna's playing the halftime show. And then, of course, Russell and Sierra. But then Russell, last time the Super Bowl was in Arizona and Glendale at Cardinal Stadium, that's when they should have gave Marshawn Lynch the football at the 1-yard line, but they didn't. He threw the interception and the Patriots win when they should have won back-to-back Super Bowls, and then he'd honestly probably still be in Seattle right now. They wanted to trade him, even with, everything that went down. But they traded him. He's a Bronco. And San Francisco getting the ball back. They called another timeout, 4th down and 5. They'll get the ball back with one timeout and 1:51 to play. Field goal wins it. So Robbie Gould maybe, good as gold again for the win. Denver punts. Muffed the punt. Oh my God. Denver might have this. If so, this game's over. San Francisco recovers. They got a chance with 1:42 and a timeout. It's 49er football, luckily for them. He muffed the punt. Oh my God. What else can happen in this game in the next 1:42 that hasn't happened already tonight? For as ugly as it's been. Good God. Steelers Chargers. Thank you. I just said that. I swear to God, I'm fucking bugged. From the 15, 1st and 10, empty set for San Fran. Jimmy G rolling out, and he'll go down in the sack back at the 3-yard line. They got to go. They only got one timeout, 1:33 and counting. Denver's celebrating on defense, but San Francisco's trying to get up on the ball. 2nd and 22 from the 3. Jimmy G going to step up. Dumps it off. Complete. Jeff Wilson. He fumbles it. And Denver recovers, and that'll do it. San Francisco still has a timeout. They'll ice them, but minute 5. Here come a couple kneel downs, and the Denver Broncos are going to win the football game. Kyle Shanahan arguing with the refs. Another turnover. That was definitely a catch and a run, and then a fumble. Was he down, though? No. They stripped it, and then they're right there to recover it. I could see him arguing, was it a catch, but he caught it and ran 10, 15 yards before he fumbled it. I don't know why he was arguing with the ref there on that play. Obviously pissed off about something, but, at the same point in time, man, you didn't do enough, early, and, Denver with the momentum, and they come back and find a way to win it. And your final score for the second time ever in NFL history will be the Broncos 11 and the 49ers 10. 11-10 final score with the Rockies and Giants. The Broncos and 49ers. The first time, long time before, 2008. I just looked up and they just mentioned it on the broadcast. Steelers, Chargers, 2008. Pittsburgh went on to win the Super Bowl. Okay? And then you can add in what I just said, too, about Brady and Stafford, now Russell Wilson. First-year quarterbacks with their new teams, past 2 years, they've gone on to also win the Super Bowl. Hey, a win's a win at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how pretty or how ugly, but a win is a win, whether it's by 1 point as it's going to be, 2 points, the 5 points that it was at 10-5, but 11-10 is going to be your final score. One more nil down here on third down, and that'll do it. And the Broncos are going to win it on Sunday Night Football against the visiting San Francisco 49ers by the final score, as Russell Wilson takes one final kneel down, of 11-10. Denver now 2-1. They're the lone AFC West team to win today, as Kansas City went to Indy and lost. The Raiders also lost at Tennessee. They're 0-3. And the Chargers lost at home to the Jaguars. So San Francisco falls to 1-2. As the Rams were the lone team to win in the division today in the NFC West, as Seattle lost to Atlanta, and then, of course, San Francisco losing here, but then LA beat Arizona. So, Monday Night Football tomorrow night, we got the Cowboys and Giants, but then Week 4 will kick off on Thursday with the Dolphins and Bengals once again. But tonight on Sunday Night Football, the Broncos once again defeat the 49ers. And this is not a baseball score. This is a football score. 11-10. We didn't go to extras. This was running the 9 innings of 60 minutes of football in regulation, if you will. 11-10. Your final score. In a loss, Jimmy G was 18-29 for 211 yards passing, a touchdown. The 3 total turnovers did him in. He threw the pick, they got the ball back, but then their second fumble, there ended it. So, 11-10 your final score. Jeff Wilson had 12 carries for 75 yards rushing. Deebo Samuel, the team in receiving, 5 catches, 73 yards. Ayuk 339, Wilson 331, Kittle had 4 catches, 20 yards in his first game of the year. Kyle Juszczyk catch for 24 yards. Ray McLeod had a catch for 11, Jennings a catch for 5, but the turnovers, and they didn't do enough. When they had a 7-0, 7-3, 7-5 lead, 10-5 lead at that, and then Denver scores, goes for 2. Doesn't get it, and that's how we end up at 11-10 as Jimmy G was sacked 4 times. Russell Wilson was sacked 4 times, as Wilson was 20 of 33 for a $184. Williams had 15 carries, 58 yards rushing. Melvin Gordon had 12 carries, 26 yards rushing, and a touchdown. And the 2-point was no good. So 11 to 10 your final score. Cortland Sutton, 8 catch, 97 yard receiving. Melvin Gordon, 529 on the backfield. Hinton, a catch for 27 yards. Jerry Jeudy, a quiet night, 2 for 17. And that about does it. We had a total of, second ever 11-10 game. Broncos win it. We had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 punts. And as Russell Wilson gets interviewed, is he going to say go Hawks? He's going to say let's ride. 17 punts, a 49ers touchdown, a Broncos touchdown, a 49ers field goal, a Broncos field goal, along with a Broncos missed field goal, and a safety, along with 3 turnovers, and then 1 final nail down to win it. 11-10 Broncos on Sunday Night Football, defeating the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco could not convert on third down. They were 1 of 10. Denver ran another 20-plus plays than the 49ers did. Total of 12 penalties, I might add, as well. Denver did control the ball in the second half, had it for another 9-10 minutes or so. But the turnovers ended up being the difference. With those, 17 punts, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and a safety. 11-10 your final score. The Broncos win it over the 49ers tonight on Sunday Night Football. So as they sign off, I will do the same. As always, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And I hope to see everybody on Thursday and next weekend as well for more college football and NFL live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. So I'll see everybody then. But tonight on Sunday Night Football, once again, the Denver Broncos win by 1, 11-10 over the San Francisco 49ers.